Megan Hozick is here. Megan, thanks so much for coming in,
Yeah, thank you for having me.
especially in this like storm that I had no idea was going to pop up here.
Yeah, it's torrential downpour.
It is. It is. I literally swear to literally 10 minutes before you got here, it said nothing about this. And then when I went downstairs to let you in, I was like, whoa, what just happened? So
Yeah.
so thanks for coming out.
Yeah, of course.
And looking forward to hearing your set. We're going to chitty chat a little bit, but I'm going to hand the airwaves over to you. It's all you.
Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll start. This is well, these are all original songs, but here's the first one. I want a house in Malibu, and I want a lot of other stupid things too. I want you to miss me when you leave. I want a car so I can go far away from everything I know, but I want you to come with me. And wanna dye my hair blue or maybe purple, and all I wanna hear all day is punk rock. And wanna tell you that I don't really know you, so if you're coming with me, well, you'll have to walk. I wanna say what's on my mind, and I don't wanna fall behind, but I think I already have. I wanna find out how to know how to make everything just so, or maybe just not quite so bad. I wanna dye my hair blue or maybe purple, and all I wanna hear all day is freaking punk rockin'. Wanna tell you that I don't really know you, so if you're coming with me, well, you'll have to walk. I'm told that I can be repetitive, I can be repetitive, I can be repetitive, yeah. I've been told that I can be repetitive, I can be repetitive, I can be repetitive, yeah. Oh, I have been told that I've been known to be someone who has been known to repeat themselves. And wanna dye my hair blue or maybe purple, and all I wanna hear all day is playing punk rock. Yeah, wanna tell you that I don't really know you, so if you're coming with me, you'll have to walk. I started 18 million things and finished like 2. But I'm taking all the drugs they're telling me now, so maybe this will be the year my shit comes through. The end. Cool, thank you. Okay, this is, I'm gonna do another song, as promised. And this one is called It Doesn't Matter, which I always say is both the title of the song and a fact about the song and about life in general. Last night lasted too far into the morning again. Why do I do this to myself? Going to bed with anticipation, The end. I won't say the end, I guess, after everyone. Maybe I will, actually. I can't. I seem to just say things, so. Yes. For sure. Okay, this next song is called That and You. And the and is an ampersand for whatever reason. I think that I wanted to tell you that. Oh, you know that emotion that holds you down and keeps you in it. Well, it's almost a comfort, but you can't let it beat you. No, you can't let it defeat you, though you can't seem to find that missing piece of mind. Seems like there's nothing else to do it for anymore. But those tunes, those sweet hot bops, those jams, the only thing that gets you up in the morning. In the morning. That and you, that and you, that and you, that and you, that and everything that I have left to do. But tonight, 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 I don't have a you, no one I'm talking to when I say you. And I can tell from the look in your eye that you are not the kind of guy I wanna be with forever. But if you are in town tonight and want to stick around, then I can't change my mind. I do it all the time. Seems like there's nowhere else to go besides the rabbit hole of emotion falling down and out. Put on some song and make myself forget about recurring doubt. That and you, that and you, that and you, that and you, that and everything that I have left to do. But tonight, 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 I don't have a you, no one I'm talking to when I say I needed someone to leave with me, someone to grieve with me, someone to say enough, someone to call my bluff. Why can't there someone I need be me? Why can't there someone I need be me? Seems like there's nothing else to do it for anymore. But those tunes, those sweet hot bops, those jams, the only thing that gets you up in the morning. In the morning. That and you, that and you, that and you, that and you, that and everything that I have left to do. But tonight, 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 I don't have a you, no one I'm talking to when I say you. The end. Okay. I thought about it this time, and I couldn't resist saying.
It's your thing. It's your catchphrase, right?
I guess so. Yeah. I'm like, they won't know it's over.
That's how you end everything,
just stopped
right?
playing.
Relationships when you leave the room, the end. Yeah,
the
that's
end.
it. That's it. Megan the end, Hozick. I love it. Yeah, one of the things in listening to your stuff that before you come in and your music is so fun.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's just like it's really fun, and I'm curious. So, you know, I was looking into you on some bills you're playing with other people. And I know there's the folk scene in the city has really had a huge revival, and I'm curious when you were playing out and you're playing with 2 or 3 other people, and there is a lot of some of the other artists that I'm looking at on the bills that you've been playing, kind of folky quality. And it's interesting how you have this, but then here comes Megan Hozick with these songs that are folky in a way, but there is kind of more like an indie kind of DIY quality to them. And again, there's this kind of fun quality to them that doesn't get real heavy. I'm curious to talk about your kind of like songwriting in that, where you get your ideas, and is that a real conscious effort to kind of make things more tongue-in-cheek a little bit and kind of, and again, a lot more fun? Is that something you strive for?
I feel like that is something that just happens.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, like you're saying, like folk punk is kind of a a label that has been said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to actually do comedy.
Right.
And so that like
That probably has a lot to do with
that comes in a lot. And there'll be songs that I actually have songs that I consider comedy songs and songs I consider like serious songs, but all of these, like, it's funny because the songs that I consider serious songs, people are like, oh, those are funny, right? And I'm like, oh, I guess, right, no. So
it's like you're starting to like box yourself in a little bit, like, oh, it must be a funny song if Megan is doing this.
Like, I think just being sincere is difficult.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. Actually, I think it is kind of difficult. It's something that people think might be easy, but to really be sincere in an honest way, it's a tough thing to pull off.
Yeah.
So, are you? I'm sure you used to do comedy. So did you used to do stand up? Were you involved in improv and sketch, or a little bit of all of that? Or
yeah, a little bit of all of it. And actually, I just started like everything I was writing was ending up being comedy songs.
Mm-hmm.
And so then that was just kind of like, I think actually my brain is trying to tell me like everything you're doing is music, so maybe we should just do music.
Yeah.
And still do the same songs like in the music space. It still works.
Yeah, totally. Well, I think, and we've talked about this a lot over the time and the years of having people come on. I mean, ultimately, we're all just storytelling, right? I mean, that's really what you're doing. You're just telling a story, whether it's 90 seconds or 10 minutes or whatever it is. You're ultimately, no matter what the medium is, you're telling a story.
Yeah.
Did you learn to play music at a young age? Is this something, or is this a relatively new kind of?
Yeah. So I've always been singing and actually played drums when I was growing up. Played drums, marching band, play the big bass drum.
Okay.
But I didn't learn. I learned guitar later in life because I was like, it's really hard to accompany yourself on drums and voice. So I think I need something more melodic.
Sure.
And so, yeah. And the guitar came out of that and just trying to be able to accompany myself.
Yeah. I assume you're writing on guitar too. I don't know if you play piano as well, but when you're composing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually I took piano lessons as a child too, so piano even makes kind of more sense to me, even though it's not my main thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people I find that who are piano players are also, for whatever reason, pick up guitar relatively easy, or vice versa. Though I feel like piano's the entry point, because maybe like you said, a lot of kids are being asked to take piano lessons. Did you want to take piano lessons, or was that something that mom and dad were like, you're going to take piano lessons?
I feel like I wanted to be good at piano, and I wanted to be I wanted to be good at piano, and taking piano lessons seemed to be the way to do that. But I remember every Wednesday, I just remember my mom would we'd stop at Dunkin' Donuts and she'd get me a donut on the way. That's my treat for doing piano lessons.
Yeah.
But I think it was just the having to sit there and pay attention for that long.
Yeah.
That was the problem. But I did like the music aspect of it.
Sure. Well, obviously you learned some patience because you picked up guitar, and I know that's it's at least from my experience, not an easy thing to pick up. It takes a great deal of discipline and practice.
I feel like there's also kind of a low barrier for entry, but then a very high ceiling, so you can.
Good way to put it. Yeah.
Get very. You can. There's people who are amazing.
Sure. Well, Joel Patterson was on the show on Thursday night. I don't know if you know Joel. He's an incredible guitar player, and he was talking about and it was interesting because I think we all know this, but he's like, if you're going to be good at anything, you have to commit yourself 100% to it. Yeah. You can't, especially something like that. You can't. And I was interested because I've heard this and I guess practiced this myself my whole life. You really want to do something, you got to put yourself fully invested. But it was something about the way Joel said it that night that really kind of I was like, and if I've been thinking about it a lot for the last few days, I'm like, it's so true. It really is, to get to a level, especially somebody like himself. No matter what you're doing, you have to commit completely to it.
Yeah.
You can't just wing that stuff.
Yes. So. That's what I found. It's the secret really is practice.
Right. It's the old adage about, part of the success is just showing up.
Yeah.
Just do there and do the work.
Yes. Yeah. And even if you don't feel like you're making progress, if you don't do it, you'll lose progress.
Right. No doubt. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's hear a couple more songs.
Okay, cool. This is a newer one I have now.
Megan Hozick live from the Que4 studio.
sure it's in tune. Although it's kind of my thing for the guitar to be out of tune. Not on purpose, just, you know. Okay. That's why I find it so hard to understand when I've been wrong. 'Cause I had thought I'd known it all along. Trying to figure out what I should say. Sometimes honesty gets in the way. I gave you, 'cause I didn't want it for myself. You can't call it a good deed, then it must be something else. I offered you water, but you wanted strawberry milk. Then you made fun of the way that I said milk, but it's okay. I'm afraid that it won't go with what I had assumed instead. I don't want to confuse my head with the facts. Alright, well, it's not polite, and I'm nothing if I am not a lady. Yeah, maybe. And I gave you what I gave you, 'cause I didn't want it for myself. So you can't call it a good deed, then it must be something else. I offered you water, but you wanted strawberry milk. And you made fun of the way that I said milk, but it's okay, 'cause when you're right, and I can't deny. It's not spelled with an E, but with an I. But that's the way I learned to say it. And it's like super hard to have to change. If I gave you what I gave you, even though I wanted it for myself, would that make me a good person, or would it take something else? If I had known beforehand that you wanted strawberry milk, I would have been like, yeah, say less, but it is what it is, I guess. And I can try and change my ways. It's gonna take at least a couple days. If you don't wanna sit around and wait, it's alright, that's fine, I can relate. I'll just be here far past when it's too late. Ending with that signature out of tune guitar that I've come to be known for. No.
I think you forgot the end, I believe, yeah.
What?
I believe you forgot the end as well.
Oh yeah, you're right. The end. I got so distracted by the guitar being so out of tune. Oh gosh. Alright, the end. Now
Yeah,
the end. And the beginning of this next song. Okay, this next song is called Hey. Like 3 Y's at the end. You know. All that I'll say is this, and then I'll go away and miss you, but you will not hear that from me. All that I'll say is this, and then I'll go away and miss you, but you will not hear that from me. you whole. But I've been there and I don't care. Gonna smoke a bowl. You're like, yo, and I'm like, hey. You're like, what's up? I'm like, nothing. You're like, do you wanna come over? And I'm like, sure. I'm like, hey, and you're like, yo. I'm like, do you wanna come over? And you're like, no. And I'm like, okay, so we're only on your schedule then, I guess. All that I'll say is this, and then I'll go away and miss you, but you will not hear that from me. All that I'll say is this, and then I'll go away and miss you, but you will not hear that shit from me. Yeah, so what if I fell off a cliff and I lost control? Now I'm landing, understanding, I'm in a fucking hole. Okay, so I'm in a hole, but it's like actually not even that bad down here, so you don't have to worry about me. I mean, there's some stuff I can do down here. I don't know, like whole stuff. I mean, like, definitely send help when you get a chance, for sure, but like, no worries if not. All that I'll say is this, and then I'll go away and miss you, but you will not, no, you will not hear that shit from me. No, 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 and all that I'll say before I go away, all that I'll say is, I don't know, actually. Never mind. The end. I just feel like, people don't know. I do have some songs with some fake outs, not on purpose, but that people think it's over, but I'm like, no, I'm just pausing. I'm just being dramatic. So, yeah.
I'm curious, some people can't see what's going on, at least they're listening on the radio. What kind of guitar are you playing? Just so people...
Yes, it is a Ibanez hollow body. It's green, sparkly. It's actually been broken and put back together several times.
Yeah.
And it's still...
Any good stories about why it's broken?
Mostly...
Was this like a Pete Townsend thing where you smashed it on stage kind of deal?
No, sadly no. It was... The first time it was... And I don't know... Well, at least just the first time, the cats knocked it over.
Okay.
And it was like in front of me, like right there. It was like slow motion train wreck, like no. And the neck, like it cracked and snapped. It was bad. And then it happened again. And then again.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, that's right. One time I was actually about to play a show and I was like tuning and I had the guitar like on and then the strap like broke or like it came off and the guitar
just
like
hit the
fell
ground.
down, hit the ground and broke the neck again.
Oh my gosh.
So I now
still
have
sounds
this
pretty
little
good
strap
for being
lock
broken 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful guitar too.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody is impressed that it's been broken so many times.
Well, that's the sign of a well-made guitar, right? That you can actually put it back together and still it's operational. So,
Yes.
So we were talking. You grew up in Normal, Illinois.
Yes, Bloomington Normal.
I'm just curious. What was it like? What was it like growing up in Normal?
Yeah, it was good. It was it's like mid-sized town. It's 100,000 people all combined. So it feels like like I said, my family members live in Kansas and in very small towns, and to them it's like big city slicking. But then I come to Chicago and people are like, oh, that's the country, and it's like they're kind of both right. Like they're kind of it's kind of in between. Sure.
I mean, it's kind of Bloomington Normal is kind of the middle of a big cornfield in a way. I mean, sure, that's a thing. But but also it's got a college town feel to it for sure.
For sure.
So
yeah.
there's stuff.
And State Farm headquarters, Beer Nuts.
That's right. Beer Nuts is headquartered down there.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a Beer Nuts fan?
Sure.
Okay. I can't even tell the last time I had
It's
beer
just a
nuts.
claim to fame
Sure.
that that's what I'm hanging on
Sure,
to.
sure.
hanging to.
Did you ever go to the factory and get a T-shirt or anything like that? Did they give out like free tour, free beer nuts at the factory?
Yes, I have been to the factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my go-to. When I was in college, I studied abroad in Spain, and they're like, bring a gift for your host family of something from your hometown. And I was like, beer nuts.
Perfect. Yeah. You can't bring them insurance.
Yeah.
So you might as well bring them beer nuts, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I know,
Right. Where in Spain did you study?
I was outside of Madrid, Alcalá de Henares,
Okay.
to be exact. But
What were you studying?
Spanish.
Yeah, I figured. Right,
Yeah, so that was knocked out a lot of my Spanish credits
Yeah?
in one semester there. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
That's a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love it.
Have you been back since you studied over there?
Sadly no. But I need to, and I
Yeah.
want to. And
Are you fluent in Spanish?
I would say I'm proficient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can fool you if you don't speak Spanish. then yes.
Like, yeah, right. If you don't know the language, you can say anything, right?
Yeah.
Just put a certain accent on it. Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
can. Yeah.
exactly. It's all about the accent.
Did you? But do you find yourself in situations where it comes in handy, where you've had to use it here in Chicago at all?
Yeah, I've actually I've infiltrated this group of Spaniards that live here.
There's a lot here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they all and I clocked them and was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Practice Spanish with me.
Yeah. Spanish people are just they're the most fun-loving people, man. They just love to have a good time.
Yes.
And
Yes, they're rowdy.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are, and they don't like to be told to be quiet. That is for
No,
sure.
they
Yeah,
don't.
I know. Yeah,
No,
I love that. I love that independent streak in them, though. It really is. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, there's a huge community here in Chicago. I was curious. Growing up in Norman, I ask other artists, especially the ones who are not from Chicago, because I'm curious. Do you find that growing up in a place like Normal has had an impact at all, like in your artistry at all? Is this environment has that played at all in I guess in ways that you would be conscious of? I think it obviously does because it's where you're from.
Sure,
but in
sure.
ways that you're conscious of, do you feel like it has played a part in your artistry at all, and things that you're doing in the way you go about writing or anything like that?
Yeah, I feel like there is a definite flavor of Midwest emo that I bring to the table that probably comes from that.
Yeah.
Kind of the I'm stuck in this town, but again, Bloomington it's a college town. It's
Sure.
not like that, but compared to Chicago,
Yeah.
the big city,
Yeah.
it's man, can't wait to get out. But then also it's such a nice, people are so nice and
Sure.
and sweet, and I think that also maybe that infiltrates its way in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no. Again, like I said, I think sometimes these things don't really. You're not conscious of this, but we're again not just products of where we come from, right? Well, not just our families, but wherever the towns or cities or whatever it is, and the people that we're around in those places.
Yeah.
What's going on? You got any shows coming up or anything?
Yes.
That you want to promote?
Yes. The next show I have is September 6th
Okay.
at Gallery Cabaret.
Very cool.
And it is free.
Yes, that's what I love about Gallery. They do free shows.
It is the best. I always feel good about asking people to come to that one because it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that show starts at 9. I'll be with the full band.
Nice. Who's in the band?
Well, I'm that actually we'll see if the full band at least I'm gonna have my friend Joe McGuire playing drums with me.
Okay.
So and then various others, if they're available, will be there too.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got multiple gigs going all the time, right? Yeah.
Yes. And I'm if you're available, you're in. But as long as we have drums, let's do it.
Yeah, I think your music kind of lends itself to guitar and drums. I mean, yeah. You could do a little White Stripes kind of thing going on for sure.
Yeah. We've done that several times. So.
Yeah. And is anybody else playing on that bill with you?
Yes. Sarah Mercurio,
who was just here.
That's right.
She was just on the show a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last Tuesday. Sorry, yeah, a week
I
ago.
saw that. Yes. So absolutely, yeah. So she's playing at 9, and then
Okay.
I'm playing at 10.
Okay. Now, is this the like the spotlight kind of thing that gallery does, where you get basically like 45 minutes or an hour, and it's really just kind of your time to do your thing?
Yes.
Okay, it's one of
Yeah.
those. Okay, yeah, I love that they do that, because I think more venues probably should be doing that kind of thing, because it gives people an opportunity. And I know from talking to people who've done it, there's a kind of as similar to this kind of atmosphere. It's kind of like they want you to play around and have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of fuck around and find out kind of deal.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, they're great there, and like the sound is really great, and
Yes.
everybody runs sound is like very on it and sounds great. Like
Yeah.
it's not a given for a music venue that the sound is great.
No, I'm sure we've all seen plenty of shows that
Yeah.
we're standing out in the audience going, what is going on with
I
the
can't
sound?
hear
I mean,
it.
and in places, like really nice places sometimes, where you're dropping
Yeah.
$25-$30 for a ticket, and you're
Yeah.
like, what is going on with the sound here?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And Somali Guy always comes through, so
There you go. Yeah.
A+ for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so what day of the week is that? September, it's a Friday,
It's
right?
a Friday.
Okay, Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you and Sarah McCreo. Very cool.
Friday night, yeah.
Very cool. Got a couple other songs for us?
Yes. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Here is, well, this is my song that was inspired by sort of COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah. Okay. Gonna peel my whole face off by the time this is through. Gonna have no eyebrows left. Well, what can you do? I'm pacing back and forth in here, keep facing myself in the mirror. I go stare at my reflection, find a glaring imperfection, and then make it disappear. Gonna peel my whole face off by the time this is over. I'm not meshing with depression, but at least I already know her. This is something new and fresh. The whole wide world is facing death, but for now I have my hope, so I'm just here facing myself, and you know it's going well. Gonna peel my whole face off by the time this is through, and I'm really gonna do it. I know it, 'cause I'm already halfway there. I'm gonna emerge from this with no remnants of a face. No, a bloody fucked up mess is what'll be there in its place, but it's okay, yeah, it's fine. All that I need is a little less alone time. Gonna peel my whole face off. Gonna peel my whole fucking face off. Oh, what fresh hell. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's going well. The end. Okay, yeah, the end. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so that was the COVID song. And then here's a song that is, well, I'll just tell you. Sometimes I let people think it's just a regular like love song, but I did write it about my cats. So, yeah. I mean, it is still a regular love song for sure, but it is about the cats. I'm sorry that you're hurting. I wish it was me hurting instead of you. I'd take your pain if that were something I could do. And if anyone causes you sorrow, well, they won't wake up tomorrow. Oh, they can run, but they can't hide. I've got your back, your front, and every side, 'cause I will always come back for you. I will always come back for you. No matter what else I do, I'll come back for you. No matter where I go, I know you will be waiting at home. When my little missions are complete, I'll be back to make sure you eat, and you'll be waiting for me there, clamoring at my feet. Just say, how could you ever leave? But I will always come back for you. I will always come back for you. No matter what else I do, I'll come back for you. Feels like I've known you my whole life. I wanna know you my whole life, and I've never felt so calm than when your whole face is in my palm. And I will always come back for you. I will always come back for you. No matter what else I do, I'll come back, I'll come back, I'll come back, I'll come back. Oh, I will always come back for you. I will always come back for you. No matter what else I do, I'll come back for you.
How many cats do you have?
2, and they're brothers, and that I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah.
They're amazing. They're my sweet little babies. They're 6 years old, and I've had them for about 6 years. I got them in kittens. They're brothers, lovers, everything in between.
Yeah. What's their names?
Otter and Jessie.
How'd you come up with those names?
So when I was a kid, I always wanted an otter. I just love otters. I want a pet otter. I knew that was
Of course, they're cute.
maybe not feasible. So I was like, okay, I had this plan from like a child. Like, I'll get a cat and I'll name it Otter. And then, so I went to the cat shelter, shout out Que4, and here in Chicago. And they were like, yeah, all of our cats right now are like, we have a lot of kittens, and we really like them to go in pairs because they get lonely and whatever. I was like, okay, I'll take 2 cats. Like, say less. Like, it was very easy to convince me.
they really had to twist your arm on that.
I was like, okay. Pack up 2 of them. Let's go. And then, so I was like, okay, I have the name Otter picked out already. And then I was like, okay, this other cat needs a name now because I don't want him to feel left out. And previous to that, I was like, okay, maybe I'll get a girl cat and name it Jessica Jones because I just like Jessica Jones. And then they were both little boys, which it doesn't matter. He could have been named Jessica Jones anyway. And sometimes, actually, that he still does go by that. But he'll go by Jesse as well. Jess,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And he's a jumper. He jumps. So.
Okay. Otter, not so much a jumper.
He's more of a ground dweller.
Okay.
He tries.
Yeah. Do you spoil them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went a couple. They're healthy weight now, but a couple years ago I took them to the vet, and the vet were like, okay, they both need to lose a pound.
I was gonna ask
which
you.
Is which is like 20 pounds for human equivalent. Like, I'm like, okay, and then so I was like, okay, we'll work on it. The next year I took them back. And the vet was like, okay, Jesse has gained a pound and Otter has gained 2 pounds.
Oh my goodness gracious. Like, how big are they?
They're actually, so right now, Jesse's 12 pounds.
Okay.
And Otter's like almost 12 pounds.
That's not that really.
Yeah. They're doing better. At the time, I had a roommate who had a cat and they would eat their cat's food.
Sure.
So I was like.
Yeah, you snooze, you lose, man.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
So, yeah. But their weight is under control now.
It really makes a huge difference, right? You had these cats, obviously, during COVID-19 and all that. I mean, what a difference it probably made to have that company during that time.
Yes, truly. Yeah. I don't know what I would have done without them. I would have gotten cats. That's what.
Right. You would have solved the problem somehow or another. Yeah, sure.
The cat distribution system, I think, would have been looking out for me. It would have just showed up at my door.
Besides your show on September 6th, what else you got going on? Are you working on any new music stuff? You looking to, like, are you putting together an album? Are you doing anything like that, or just kind of?
Yeah. Right now I'm in the process of recording a whole bunch of demos just in my apartment.
Yep.
And then to have those demos to be turned into maybe, not demos. But then also, I just actually started a Patreon. Like, I'll put all the demos on Patreon, and that feels less committal than putting them on Spotify.
Sure.
'Cause there's demos, but
Right.
maybe I'll do that too. But at least, yeah. So I have a lot of songs that have not been recorded and not been released that I'm trying to get through my backlog of all of those.
Is that vault pretty big? Is that a pretty big vault of
It's
stuff?
pretty big,
Yeah.
and So, and it's like I want to write new songs, and I do write new songs, and I'm like, you have to record the old. I mean, you don't have to, but like it'd be nice if I could keep up with that as I go and not have this whole backlog. But
well, your imagination is just far ahead of the actual practicality of getting this stuff down. No,
recording is hard.
Yeah, sure. No, totally. I'm curious. Are you looking to put these songs, these demos, ultimately into a packaged album, or are you looking at maybe just releasing singles? Because I think philosophy has changed for a lot of people these days. This idea of albums has somewhat gone away for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's really, we just want to, because you can just release, as somebody was talking to on the show a few weeks ago, they're like, because you can record a single every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And in that way, you're still kind of always there. If you record an album, you've got to take all this time.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're working on the album, the mixing and everything going on, when you could be working on just another single song.
Yes.
It really takes so much time to do it, not to mention the money and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just curious, are you looking to do that, or I mean, what's the plan, are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know, a little of both.
Yeah.
Because, there's some songs, especially some of the older songs that I have, that it's like, okay, these songs were from a certain time period or whatever. I'll just record those and put them together. But then I feel like as newer songs, I don't know, I get excited and want to put them out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like some of my older stuff I'm going to put in together.
Yeah.
And then as the newer stuff comes out, maybe, I don't know,
Yeah.
EP.
Yeah,
Here and
yeah.
there.
Just save it for the box set, just for the Megan Hozick
Yeah,
box set.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right. The
Yeah,
career
exclusive.
retrospective.
Yeah. The vault.
I was curious, because a lot of your songs follow that kind of folk punk, as you were saying, kind of quality, and so there is the duration is a little bit shorter. There's like a lot of like a minute 45, 2-minute songs.
Yes.
I'm curious, do you find? I don't know if you've dabbled in writing longer pieces, but do you find that is easier or more difficult to write a shorter, concise song than it is to write a longer song?
Yeah. I feel like it varies. Like, I do have some longer songs, but also I feel like how I write a lot of songs too is mainly my songwriting process is I'll think of a melody or I think of lyrics, whatever. I write chunks of songs, like a verse, chorus, bridge, whatever. Just write different little chunks, and then I'll kind of puzzle piece them together. Like, okay, this chorus melody kind of goes with this verse. Now I'll write another verse based on knowing that that's in it, and then there we go. And so I feel like so I feel like I'll be like, okay, that's enough for this song, do another song. I also feel like there's a lot of room in the songs for instrument solos that are not currently in there that I'm like, okay, there's several that I'm like, okay, I'm working on, and as soon as I'm able to play it, I'm going to, but I have to practice it more.
Yeah.
And then that song will be longer.
So when you're writing anything about melodies, are you just putting pen to paper, or are you sitting there with the pen and paper and the guitar doing this? Or are you kind of working?
Yeah, I largely have. I will. So a lot of times I'll have an idea, or I'll think of a lyric and a little melody, and then I will just start recording a voice memo and just kind of play, improvise around it, and then I do that a lot, and then I go back and listen to the voice memos, and then the things that get stuck in my head I keep coming back to.
Yeah.
Then they kind of make the cut.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Are you somebody who sits down and says, all right, I'm going to write for 2 hours today, or I'm going to write for an hour, or is it just kind of more inspiration?
Yeah, it's more inspiration. Yeah. It's more I'll sit down and write it once I have enough, once I know okay, I have enough raw ideas that I'm going to now sit down and do the fun part of puzzling them together.
Yeah.
I find it fun. Yeah, it's more, I have to sit down and force myself to do other things record and practice guitar, but the songwriting, I feel like I'm just trying to capture it, and yeah.
Yeah. No, understandable.
Yeah.
It's been great having you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no, it's been
awesome.
awesome. I would like to get maybe one more song before we get
Sure.
out of here. You got anything that you want to
Yeah.
play for us?
And you said it's okay to.
Yes. I know what you're going to ask, and yes. But I just want to make sure everybody gets, so if people are interested in finding more about Megan Hozick, what could you need to hop on Instagram, I know.
Yes. Yeah, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Megan Hozick, Hozick. Megan, Megan, no frills, no extra letters.
You've got some music up on Bandcamp. You got some stuff on Spotify.
Yes. Yep. Spotify. It's all Megan Hozick. And yeah, there's a few songs. I have like 5 or 6 songs, 6 or 7 on Spotify, but working on more. And follow me on Patreon now.
Yes, that's right. That's right. We be sure to mention
I
that.
just made it yesterday. So.
And then September 6th, like I said, you're playing with
September 6th.
Sarah Mercurio.
Yes.
Got to be turning up at the Gallery Cabaret.
Yeah, and I'm also playing again there on September 14th.
Okay.
So come to both.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
The 14th I'm actually doing, so the 6th is like with the band, and the 14th I'm doing kind of more solo. I have a loop pedal, I have a little drum pad I'm going to do some more of my funnier comedy songs.
Cool.
And so yeah, come to both because they're going to be different experiences.
Yeah, one's a Friday night and one's a Saturday
Yeah,
night. Right?
exactly.
So there you go. You already got weekend plans at this point. Everything's all set.
Yes,
So two weekends in a row with Megan Hozick. Cool. Again, Megan, thank you so much. It was really lovely having you here. You sound great. Nice chatting with you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll get one last one before we get out of here.
All right, cool. Here's a little another. This is an ode to my cats as well, and just all cats out there. And yes, here we go. You're a cat, bitch. Yeah, you're a cat, bitch, and I want ya on my lap. Bitch, you're a cat, bitch. Yeah, you're a cat, bitch, and I want ya on my lap. I had a bad day, a really, really sad day, and overthinking every interaction I've had days. So come to me to comfort me. Won't you come be my company? I know maybe you'd rather be knee deep in sleep, but you got me thinking about figuring out, going about getting you out from under the bed. You lick your paw, then rub your head. Lick your paw, then rub your head. Lick your paw, then rub your head. You lick your little tiny leg. You lick your little fluffy leg. You lick your fluffy little leg. I love your fluffy, fluffy leg. It's your cat, bitch. Yeah, you're a cat, bitch, and I want ya on my lap. Bitch, you're a cat, bitch. Yeah, you're a cat, bitch, and I want ya on my lap, bitch. 'Cause I can give you pats on pats, got laps on tap and pats and stacks. To add to that, I'll scratch your back, but you would rather lick your bottom? Seriously, fine. But let me just tell you this, okay? All around the world, people are dying from things like war and disease and famine. Well, you're just have your ass on catnip, and for dinner, you're getting salmon. Like, your life is pretty good, bitch. They found your ass in a ditch, so it would make sense you don't have social skills. You're so cute, it doesn't even matter. So you're a cat, bitch. Yeah, you're a cat, bitch, and I want ya on my lap. Bitch, you're a cat, bitch. Yeah, you're a cat, bitch, and I want you on my lap. Bitch, you're a cat, bitch. Yeah, you're a cat, bitch, and I want ya on my lap. Bitch, you're a cat. Yeah, you're a cat, bitch, and I want you on my lap, bitch. 'Cause you're a cat, bitch, you're a cat, bitch. You're a cat, bitch, you're a cat, bitch. You're a cat, bitch, you're a cat, bitch, and I want you on my lap, bitch.
Megan Hozick live from the Que4 studio. And that's for all those cat ladies out there that JD Vance was talking about, too, right?
Yep,
exactly.
yep.
Yeah. Megan Hozick, thank you so much for coming in. It was lovely having you here.
Thank you for having me. This is rules.
September the 6th with Sarah Mercurio at the Gallery Cabaret. And then again.